a week back when we were discussing about this particular pattern where the price action would be doing something like this on a weekly chart. It was on 22nd and we talked through that saying this is a possibility and we are nearing that. If you look at what's happening here with that bullish candle and then followed by a couple of corrective candles where you're not getting heavy momentum to the downside, rather you are getting profit takers, short-term guys moving in and out of the market. But for those who really want to know what the market is doing, you can look at different time scenarios. This is a daily chart. This is a 4-hour chart where you get, okay, the price is doing this particular stuff in a short term, and what you can anticipate is something like this. So when you actually look at the price and you see the pattern, you definitely need to understand what a trend continuation pattern looks like, what you should be eyeing it, because this one shows you that it can reach here, fine, but you also have to understand that it's not going to go directly to there. It will have a retest probably, then it would go slowly up, correct down, go up, correct down. It does like that. Now if you look at the patterns, you need to understand a lot of different stuff. Say first of all, if you look at weekly, we are still in this long-term range. We actually did a long wick. We are within that range. We haven't broken below that. So that shows you the level of strength, underlying strength in the market. Then we have something interesting going on the weekly, which really is interesting. Why? Because as you look through this, this is really great. So we anticipate this is going to happen, fine. Now then you look at pattern. Say if you take the pattern here, the bar pattern, take it as it is and then move it to the current area, what do we get without scaling time, percentage, and then you kind of look at, okay, what happened last couple of times. Say this time it went like this, and we happen to repeat that, just a little bit of difference. Now we're going to discuss through that. Then look at the current scenario. So you are now looking for last 3 areas where the price did fluctuate. So that's after consolidation to the wave 1, and that creates a question: are we in wave 1? Right? We have like 3 microwaves in one structure, then another 3 microwaves in another structure. So you do have to go through this and ask yourself, okay, if that's the case, we are going way higher than anticipated. Let's actually do this, and that's going to be supportive for you to take your profits in this wave as we go higher, because taking profits is so important. Understanding bar patterns is literally important. So let's detail this. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. We have discussed through a lot of different patterns, a lot of different probabilities. Now we understand the market is doing something like this, which is having a higher probability because of the direction of the impulse itself. Now, without any indicators, without using any stuff, you kind of get a clear chart where you literally are going up. Whether you have a doubt or not, most of them would be able to see this as a easy pattern where you are just doing this. Now yes, you will need a lot of identification in between if you're going to zoom in to see what's happening. So that's where we come here, right? So this is something we talked previously, right? We have a trend angle moving here like 11 degrees, then this one which shows you like 21 degrees. So that's increased momentum. So if that's the case, you're anticipating it to do a higher momentum this time, great, and then the price should continue higher. So you're looking at the MACD, which is crossing to the upside. You're looking for the indicators which need to break higher. So as we get another leg upside, like we explained here, that should break to the upside here in RSI. Now why are we saying that? Because we see a probability like this. If you take the pattern as it is and plot it here, this is what you get. We are not scaling in time, but we have to scale in time, and I'll say why we do that. Say we take this one, the fluctuation 2020 June, July towards November, December. You take that into account, you see that the Nano wave 1 is 25 days. Then the nano wave 2 is like 106 days. It went up, it came back all the way back down, then started the nano wave 3, which was 20 days. Now, first one was 25 days and last one was 20 days. So that gives you an idea. More or less, it can be equal towards the first one or less than that. Now we take that and come here to analyze the second one. How did that actually happen? First one is like 30 days. Okay, fine. Next one is 65 days. So what's happening here? 2 times, more than 2 times. Whereas here, it was literally 4 times. Now here it's 2 times. Now, you are looking like the last nano wave here in this wave structure, which is say 3 nanowaves in 1 microwave, another 3 nanowaves in 1 microwave. So if you look at this, you're taking maximum 30 days and you are kind of doing, okay, what if it's the half? But it really was like 12 days. So that means it's way lower than the actual wave 1 in that structure. Here we took 25 days, here we took 20. So that was like 80%. But here it's less than 50%. Now you take that and step in here. So we first plot the time series and then take this bar pattern here and scale it to fit this time pattern which we are coming up with. Now you can do this in different approach. You may get plus or minus 5 days to the upside with the ROI. So when you do this, you are kind of getting this one. Okay, you plot this. The first one here was 15 days. Great. You plot this. The second one should be kind of maximum 33 bars, which kind of resonate with this one. But if we follow this pattern where we are getting reduced structure, we would be more or less 20 days there, right? So the length of consolidation is what we are talking about. So we would be more or less 20 days there. Then for the last one, we should be somewhere below 15 days. So I've kept the maximum 14 days, but it can be 10 days. We don't know. But this gives you the idea that when you go into the same time frame, which is a daily chart here, and without that, you can get patterns, you can get trends. So now you come in and you are looking at this particular stuff and identifying whether this is, the first wave getting completed or the second wave. So this is just the 10% of probability highlighting this can be one among the reason where we are like, okay, fine, wave 1 just ended, right? So in the general wave structure, if you are following this pattern, you kind of say like, okay, fine, this entire stuff here is wave 1, you can say that one, and then from here to this one, this is wave 2, then the next one coming is going to be wave 3. But the normal confusion arises considering, okay, this was the first pump, great, and this is the second one. Now, why am I saying I'm still giving 10% of probability that this can be the scenario? I'll explain. See, here when you started one wave, you started from here, and in this particular correction, you came back to the exact same point, not lower than that. So if you're putting that accurately, you're going to see like it just did something great. What? Wave 1, because what happens with wave 1? It comes near to the start point or at the start point or just above that. So you can literally say this happened. Now, I know there will be a lot of confusion, so I'm going to go through it slowly and give you guys that clarity. Now, we're going to take a polyline. We're going to go through this. Say after this, first one, second one, you got a correction there, and then you ended up here. Now, this would be your 3 nanowaves for that 1 microwave. Now, why do I say that? If you still have confusion, stay with me, you're going to understand this. Stay with me, you're going to understand. Now, you corrected all the way back down, tested the bottom, and then you are seeing this. Another nano wave. So 1, then you got 2, then you corrected back, then 3. Now, in all of this, we have something in common, right? Which we should be anticipating, which is a little bit different from the actual wave structure. right? So what's that difference? You look at wave 1, you get like 20%. Fine. You look at wave 2, you end up with 72%. Now that's kind of okay. 2 to 3 times we look for 2 to 3 times affiliate wave in wave 2 for wave 1. That's all great, cool. But in wave 3, we are doing something even more. So here it's literally 3 times wave 2, which is massive, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Now you come here, you're repeating the same stuff again. So here, due to the sell-off in December, it got extended too much, but you still count that one like 100%. Then here you got like 200%, 2 to 3 times wave 1 is wave 2. Great, we went in. Now you're taking it from that bottom and you're extending it till the top here. So you now got 2 times wave 2 and wave 3. So understand, first time you got like 3, second time you got like 2, so it's reducing. Now don't worry just because it's reducing, because you put that numbers here to see how much it is reducing, and you're still going to be happy unless you are looking for $1,000 XRP tomorrow, right? So yeah, let's continue, let's do this. So now you take this one, so you are like, okay, fine, that just happened. So this one is giving you 53%. Okay, so that's not bad. Then you are looking for this one, whether this wave has ended here or not, we don't know. That's the confusion there, but the probability is that it still have 30% to continue higher. Why? You got a correction here in between before you went up, right? Wave 1, within wave 2 you got that. Now that is smallest one I'm talking about. Another small structure in that nano wave 3, you got 1, 2, 3 there. So in that one you have the structure. Now in second one you bursted and you had this correction, this level of correction there. Now fine, what are you looking from that correction? You take that into perspective and you come towards the top here, breaking this one. And that's why I say like this can be the start. Now if we have doubts or confusion within this, don't worry, we're gonna look at the micro scenario, keeping that nano scenario away. So in that nano scenario you were coming back towards $2.20, the end there like this. Fine. So now you look at this one, say the entire wave 1, microwave 1 is 327% from this bottom to this top. Now you look at the entire microwave 2, which is 1000%. So you get like 2 to 3 times wave 1 and wave 2, you got that there. Now what have we actually observed here in this thing? We just observed in the nano trend that first time it was like three times wave 2 in wave 3. Second time we observed that 2 times wave 2 in wave 3. Then we are anticipating 1. Now even if you take the same number, say from the bottom, and you are extending just 1 time the wave 1, you kind of come up and end up somewhere here. So that's near $6, and that's aligning with the trend analysis, that's aligning with the wave analysis. So that kind of gives you an easy idea of where we are going. Now when people say we are going to go lower than 0.5, yeah, I don't know what to explain or how to explain to those guys, but all I can say is nano wave structure, you understand that. Microwave structure, you now understand that. Now you come back to this view, which is the macro view, and put that into perspective. If this is going to be your wave 1, you come here, then you drop here, and then you continue higher. So if we are doing that, it's okay, it's the normal stuff. But what we just discussed is that the possibility of this entire thing being wave 1. Now yes, the possibility is just 10% for that, based on trend and wave analysis, but based on pattern analysis, it shows, yeah, it still have a possibility to push the price higher than that level, because if that's wave 1, what's wave 2? It's 2 to 3 times that in ROI, right? So now you take this into perspective and just look at this idea. We know that normally what happens in any assets is you have a consolidation area. So here we came to this particular range, we consolidated there, then we broke below, we came back, retested this area, and that acted as a resistance. So this particular range is your support resistance zone for a long time now. If you were one among them who watched this channel all that time, you now know what we discussed through that. So, we are not changing our ideas, we are not changing our perspective, we're still moving with it, and the price is also moving accordingly. So that's great. Now you broke above that, then you got the wave 1. That's what we usually say, right? So in that aspect, you still just get 1, 2, and you have one more pending. So the trend analysis shows you another one continuing, and the pattern analysis shows this can be the third wave in the microwave. So that's fine. You have like 3-wave structure. If it's ending at $6, the next one is going to be massive. Now that's great. Even if it's going to $20, $30, $35, $50, we are all happy. But keep in the probability that how much should you be taking out. Once you know this, you can take the decision which you need to take in your portfolio, because when you go back in green and green days, people are going to be excited, and most of them have hard time to digest these small drops. When you see 100% rise in the price, you're happy, but in between, when you see a little bit of correction like this, which is anticipated, which should be there, and which is healthy, some of them who are new in this market gets irritated. But this is normal. This is going to happen similarly, because we do this for a lot of different assets and we understand how the market behaves. So if you have a lot of assets in your portfolio and you need similar analysis for other assets in your portfolio, you can definitely look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, so you get more value if you want to for your portfolio. So guys, if you like this content, please do hit that like and subscribe button. That supports the channel a lot. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.